Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then they paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to get a single task. So for that, let's go to our use case and let's just go and create a new file that will be of the get, and then it's just a task, right? And then this will be of the use case over here dot file. And once we have that, let's just go and create a simple class of the get the task use case over here. And let's just go ahead, we require the final of the date formatter, right? So the date formatter that we have previously used, so date formatter use case, and this will be of the date formatter, and we require the final of the task repository as well, and we'll just call this one as the task repository over here. And let's just go and create the constructor for the get task use case over here, and we'll just say that the date formatter and then the task repository is a required field over here. And now we need to create a function to get this will return as the future of the single task from here, right? And that is what we have. If you go to the model and if you go to the task model, this is what we have to return, and this is going to return as a single task over here. So the return type will be of the single task. So we have the multiple tasks over here, so we need to import the correct one. So this is not from the DTO, and we need to import it from the model. So we have the naming convention conflict over here. That is not a good idea to have, so we need to fix that one as well. So we'll fix that up in the later stage. For now, we'll just import the correct one, and then we have the call function that is going to take, we just need to pass in the string over here that is just to grab a single ID over here. And once we have this, let's just go and have the try catch block over here. Let's just go and simple try catch, and I'm just going to rethrow it from here for currently, and not the return, so rethrow over here. And now let's go inside of this class, and let's just go and say in the I will require the final, the response will be of equals to the wait, and then the task repository dot get a single task. And now I need to map it to our the task, right? And now let's just go and return this particular the result from here. And now this ID, okay, so what we have to do is get the data, right? So we need a data from here, and then data dot, it still has to grab that particular task from here, and I need to grab that particular ID. So what we can also do it over here is once we grab that, I'll just say final, and I'll just say in the task, and then the task will be of this particular task from here. And we'll just say if the task is of the empty, right? So I guess I can just provide it from here, so task dot the ID, and this is of the nullable type. So task is of the nullable type, so I'll just have to make use of the null operator, and if it is of the null, I'll just provide the empty string from here. So that should be good enough. So just copy this from here, and if it is of the empty, then I'm just going to provide the empty string as well. And here what we need to do is we require the formatted date, and for that I require to pass in the tags, right? So let's just copy that, And if it is of the nullable type, then I'll just go and provide a date and time for now. And similarly for this one, I just need to provide this task that the reminder. If it is of the null, then I'll just go and set it as the false. So similarly we have to do the same thing for this one, so that will be of the task, right? So just go and say that this is the task dot the created date, and over here as well. Okay, so I need to remove this one, and if it is of the null, then I'll just go and make it of the date and time now. And also over here, if it's of the null, and I'll just go and return the date and time now, and that should be fine. So now we have the one function in the get task use case. So this, we are following the single responsibility over here, so we just need to have one function that is going to grab the single task from our repository layer over here. And then finally what we have to do is we need to create the provider, as you know. So this will be of the get task use case provider. Let's import the Flutter report from here, and then the return type for this particular provider will be of the get task use case. So I just need to provide the use case over here, and I need to have the date formatter as well over here. So the final date formatter will be of the ref.watch. So we will watch that particular. Okay, so date formatter, and I guess that is the correct one over here, right? So date formatter provider, so I need to provide that as well. And I need to have the one more final, which will be of the repository, and I need to import this one as well. So okay, so I need to make this one as the auto dispose. That is what it is trying to say me. And once we have that, I'll just go and provide the date formatter over here as well. And then the repository, task repository will be of the task repository over here. So now we also have our the get single task or the get task use case provider, and we have created that particular functionality in this particular class. So that is pretty cool. And now the next will be to create our tasks, and make sure to try to go and create that particular create use cases, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and create the another use case that will be to create our tasks. So for that, let's go over here and create the new file, and just call this one as a create, right? And that will be of the tasks, and then the use case over here dot file. Let's just go and create the simple class over here. So create the tasks and the use case over here. So let's just go and close it over here. And now we require the final, and as you know, we require the task repository provider over here. So let's just go and import that one. And also I'll require the final of the date formatter over here, date formatter use case. And now let's just go and create the constructor for this one. So create the task use case, and we require the date formatter as well as the task repository. And then we'll go and have one future function that is going to return us the, from here we'll return the tasks as well. And make sure to grab the correct one from here. We need it from the model. So let's just go and say that we require that. And here for this one we need to provide the body, right? So that will be of the map type of the body over here. And I need to go and say that I will have the try catch block over here, and in the catch I'll just go and rethrow that particular error from this particular layer. And here final, and that will be of the response, and then await dot the repository dot create task and provide that. So this is going to return us that particular task response, and now we have to return the task from here. And we know that how we can do that from the previous use case. So this is what we have over here. So let's just go and copy this one from here, so we don't have to redo it again and again. Just copy that, or you can also create a reusable function or that you can provide. So instead of writing it again, you can just pass in that particular response and it should return it back to us. So that will be also a good case over here, and I'll give you as a homework. I'll not do it over here, but I'll give you as a homework so you can create a reusable functionality over here. So now this should be pretty good, right? So we just have to map it over here from the response to our tasks over here. That is our internal model, and then we are going to return it from here as well. And now let's go on to the top, and what we need to do is we need to create a provider for this one, and this will be of the create tasks use case provider. And let's import our Flutter river pod as well, and then return type will be of the create tasks use case over here. Let's just go and paste it over here, and now this should be of the auto dispose, right? And now I'll just go and set the final, and that will be of the date time formatter. And then the final, I also require the task repository, and let's go and watch both of those. And from here I need to return the date time formatter, which will be of the date time formatter, and I have the task repository, which will be of the task repository from here. And the provider for the create tasks use case is also ready, and that should be fine. So now next will be to create for the update, and I'll give you as a homework, and you should be familiar with it by now. So let's meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.